Here we are outside of the courthouse today with some live footage of the extensive water damage that's been going on this week. As you can see here, this is not a minor issue that we have been dealing with this week here in Lexington. The CertPro company has been working all week to help fix the extensive water damage that has been done. Coming shortly, we will have a live interview with Israel Vasquez, who was the first person to report the leak when it happened over the weekend. As you can see here from the amount of trucks and equipment that this issue is larger than expected. The Circuit Courthouse is still closed for the time being, with everything being run through District Court. I'm Tanner Huddleston reporting with LPN. Lucas?
Thanks, Sander. I'm here with Israel Vasquez with the Sheriff's Department, who was the first person on the scene to report the water leak. We're going to ask him a couple questions today. Can you first tell us exactly what happened and when the passerby walked in to tell you there's a water leak?
Yes, sir. I was doing court security right here in District Court building, and passerby came in and notified me that there was a leak coming from the Circuit Court building on Short Street. And so when he said it was coming out from the second floor window and from the fixtures, well, that wasn't a small leak. So I notified communications and let them know that I needed somebody to relieve me while I went across the street to assess what was going on. In doing so, I went through the Circuit building. And sure enough, there was so much water coming out from the left side of the building, working its way towards the middle of the building. And so I went ahead and went up the stairwell, and there was just water coming down all the way from the fourth floor. So I just followed the leak, and sure enough, I found it in the jury room in the bathroom up there. It was a blown up cap on the Sloan valve, and so you're talking a lot of water pressure, anywhere from 60 to 80 psi's per square inch. So it was a lot of water coming down, and it just saturated everything out there. The courtrooms, it was coming through the fixtures. So I didn't have the tools, especially. I was on the job, so I ran back downstairs, and but before then I already had called communications to let them know, make a maintenance department aware of it so they can come out. And so when I was coming down, I met the fire department and to let them know that I just need a pair of channel locks and a screwdriver, and they followed me up to the building. And so we went out there and found the problem. We didn't find it. We went back to the situation, and I was able to shut the water off to further, so that we wouldn't have further damage. So we came back down, and the maintenance department came in afterwards, and they started trying to take the water back down through the stairwell. So, and that's where we're at this point. So
I guess the most important question is, how did you run up and down all those flights and stairs without getting tired?
Well, staying young.
Does the sheriff make y'all run up and down stairs on lunch break so y'all can condition for stuff like that?
No, but it's good for me. Definitely, I'm 43, so I like to think that's still young at heart. So I definitely took a lot of up and down. But when you got so much excitement like that, you don't. That's the last thing on your mind. It's like, I'm tired. So yeah, most definitely.
All right. Well, thank you, Israel. We'll have more later. Some more on-scene footage with Israel later to take us through what exactly happened. Hi, we're back here with Israel Vasquez, actually in the circuit court where the water leak happened. Can you tell us exactly what happened, what was going through your head while you were in here running up the stairs to figure out?
Yes, sir, I can. When I came in the building, into the circuit court building, I came in to assess the situation to see how much water was coming down. Because when you see water coming down through the fixtures, it tells me a big sign that there's definitely a huge water leak. So what I did is went down towards the stairs, because I wasn't going to take the elevators because it seemed like might be some water in there too. So I took the stairwell up to the left and just kept going up the stairs because I had to follow the trail of water, and there was just so much coming down, and I found it on the fourth floor coming from a jury bathroom. There was a Sloan valve that was popped up on the cap, and there was so much water coming out of there that we had to turn it off. So thank goodness I came down and I met the fire department at just right on time, and I just let them know that I just need a pair of channel locks from them and a screwdriver, and we all came up through the stairwell again, and went through the bathroom that was creating the problem and was able to turn it off like that.
Hi, we're back on the fourth floor with Israel where the water leak actually took place. We're going to allow him to take us through exactly what happened and everything that's going on here.
How you doing again? Well, here's the exit right here. This is the fourth floor exit for the stairwell, and this is how I had to come back and forth because I definitely didn't want to take the elevator because it looked like there was water going down the shaft. But anyway, I definitely came up through here, and the location where the leak was down this hallway right here. And in there's a jury room, and in the jury room there is a bathroom as well that has this slow valve that the cap actually came off. It didn't actually just come off; it blew off, and that created the big leak here in the Circuit County Courthouse. And so that's why you see all the action that's going around the property. And this is just a venting or another a mechanism to dry the place up. So it's definitely going to take a lot of time. I'm just not aware. That's not my part of my expertise. But we're just grateful that we were able to maintain the leak and shut it off and to further any damage.
All right, well, we're thankful for our hero, Israel Vasquez, that was on duty at the time, the right man for the job. Now we all know a little more about plumbing, and we can run into the situation and fix it if we have to. I'm Lucas Witt with LPN.